She's on a whole nother level, the Aussie power couple sitting either side of great wrestling war. They may as well be the royal family of Australian pro wrestling, or maybe they're more Romeo and Juliet, since they're on opposite sides of a heated war. Either way, there are few marriages quite like the one between Buddy Matthews and Rhea Ripley. Melbourne's Matthews, née Murphy, and Adelaide's Ripley have both blazed a trail for Aussie grapplers but straddle either side of the quasi-sports Great Divide. Ripley is one of WWE's biggest stars. Matthews, after a strong run up north, has made the most of his exit and now shines in challenger brand AEW. While those jobs keep them busy, both companies gave them the opportunity to tie the knot back home earlier this year in front of friends and family, a brief respite from the weekly grind of TV tapings and smaller live shows that mean the pair don't get to spend a huge amount of time together. But the additional freedom permitted by AEW has seen Matthews return home this month to help promote the company's Australian debut, coming up in Brisbane on February 15th. Though one suspects Ripley won't be able to make it. Our schedules are polar opposites in a way, Matthews told Fox Sports .com.au. You know, her schedule picks up sometimes, and then mine picks up. So the last 2 months I've been doing, Wednesdays for the AEW Dynamite taping, and Saturdays AEW Collision, throw a pay-per-view in there too. And then she's out on a Sunday and for her TV on Monday, with WWE Raw. And then if she has a pay-per-view, it is what it is, but we definitely make the best of it. I always tell her, yes, it's a day or 2 or 4, but that little bit of time away makes you miss me and makes me miss her, so it just brings us back. And, it just keeps it fresh and whatnot. We never get bored of each other, because we know that in a couple of days one's leaving, and then it sucks, and then as soon as she walks out the door, I'm bored, and I have no idea what to do, and I'll message her within 10 minutes, going, I'm already bored. And then, she comes home, and then it's all good again. And then she messages me, I'm bored. She's the female version to me, as weird as that sounds. So we just hang with the dogs, eat food, work out, watch horror movies, and we're happy. And while Matthews has a strong reputation in the wrestling industry as one of the better in-ring performers, he thinks Ripley is on another level. I don't think there's a better female on the planet than her, and that's not me being biased. I feel like she's on another level when it comes to what she's doing. I don't think there's anyone that is more physical. No female, but she's probably more physical than most men too, he quipped. The effort that she puts into her performances, the passion that she has for her fans that support her, she's on a whole nother level when it comes to all of that. I wish I could, but I can't even take credit for it. So, I definitely strive. She makes me become a better performer because I have to stay at least a little bit better than her in some things. Like, I think I'm a better seller than her, but she's coming up very quickly. She's absolutely dominating. And she's, in my opinion, she's a future Hall of Famer. She's going to be, probably be 27-time women's champion. I'm her biggest fan and her biggest supporter. There's no female on the planet that does it like her. Matthews doesn't enjoy quite the same level of spotlight in AEW as Ripley does in her company. He's a key cog in one of the promotion's top trios, the House of Black, and a former trios champion, but not at the absolute main event level. Instead, his role is similar to the one he has across the Australian wrestling community, sharing his experience and helping younger grapplers improve their game. Fittingly, much like his relatively no-nonsense character, he prefers to let his wrestling do the talking. When I get to work with someone like a Komander or a Top Flight or a younger tag team in AEW, that's when they can kind of see how my gears kind of turn and how my mind works, and just a different way of viewing it, and the details that I think about when putting something together, Matthews explained. It's until you work hand in hand with me and can get in the ring and feel it, like with Komander and Beast Mordos, working them a few weeks ago, they really want to learn. And they'll ask questions, and I'm an open door, so they can ask any question, and I'll try and explain it as to the best of my ability, and in a way that they can understand it. Because when I was growing up, you could tell me the same thing 10 times, and there just had to be that one way that would make the light bulb go off. So that's kind of my method of teaching. When I get down to like a training school, or do a seminar or whatever, I say the same thing 27 times, hoping that maybe on one of those the light bulb will go off, but getting in the ring is kind of when they're going to get their lesson. That teaching extends to appearances back in Australia, with AEW permitting Matthews to pop up at his former promotion Melbourne City Wrestling, as he'll do this Sunday at the Melbourne Pavilion for Endgame. Matthews could theoretically wrestle even more often across the independent world, but says that's not his priority. It's more of me giving back to the company and just kind of stepping in and saying hello to the audience that supported me for a long time. It's more a give back, he said.